hear what she just said. Get her.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy World on Man, aka Dante. So look, as y'all can see by the title, I think androids are in Xenoverse 3. So it's this guy Ramhatcher that posted a video about how androids could work in Xenoverse 3. I think he posted it like 4 months ago or whatever. But I'm gonna throw his channel up on the screen because it's actually a pretty good video. Y'all go subscribe to him. And in this video, we're just gonna talk about how androids could work, of course. But we're finna hop straight into it, and I'll be right back with y'all. Alright, so this little part in the video, like I said, I'm gonna go over the key points. But this part in the video, he's talking about androids' passives and going off of 17's Super Soul about the key auto recovery and things of that nature. But we're gonna let him speak, and then I'm gonna just tell y'all my opinions on it.
Supers, your melee supers, and your regular melee attack. Editor's note, it does not affect your basic attack. I got that wrong, so please ignore that for the rest of the video. My bad, sorry. Now
okay, that little part where we just started it. Just a couple of seconds before that, he says that like how the Super Soul, you activate auto key recovery, but he said you think you should have some downsides to it. Basically, it halves your damage, but not of basic attacks. So we're finna let that play.
Thinking, Ramhatcher, I would love key auto recovery, but I do not. Why did I give you that voice? I don't know why I keep doing that voice. You're probably thinking, dude, Ramhatcher, like I would love key auto recovery, but like halving my damage, that's kind of terrible. And you're right, that is kind of crazy to force on an entire race as a passive. But I have two really good ideas of how they can really balance this to make it to where you don't always have to fight with half your damage halved. Half your damage halved. I am not good at English. And the way to get past these nerfs would be energy absorption and combo buffs. So let's start with combo buffs. Combo buffs, as the name implies, are basically when you do a certain combo, the game gives you a buff. Now, a lot of characters...
Now, my opinion... Of course, he's going to talk about the energy absorption too. But my opinion, the energy absorption, I mean, that's a part of most androids. That should be a thing. And I'm going to let him explain the combo buffs, and then I'm going to go back over it, how I feel.
I actually have this from DBS Vidal. Kama 2 has it when he does his grab, and the character that has the most of these are Ribrianne. I'm pretty sure literally every single one of Ribrianne's combos gives her some type of buff. And I think with androids, the way to get past them being naturally nerfed when it comes to damage is if you complete the combo, at the end, you get the damage buff, and then boom, bro, you're good. So you get like about 30 seconds. I'm pretty sure that's how long Ribrianne's combo buff lasts. 30 seconds. So you get like 30 seconds of still getting your key auto recovery, but your damage is no longer halved. And of course, different combos can boost different things. Like, you know, your light combo will only boost your basic attack, but your heavy combo will boost your strike supers, your light heavy combo will boost your key blast supers, etc. I think that's how this could work, and I think this is a pretty good way to implement the Android infinite key mechanic, but also still giving them ways to do damage. Now, the next way I think we can get...
Alright, so with him saying like the combo buffs, I get it, but me personally, I think like, I guess if I look at it in the sense of androids, how they have infinite stamina and infinite key, like, of course, we were going to be able to get that exactly in the game because it would be overpowered. But if we automatically regenerate key faster than other races and regenerate stamina faster than other races, I feel as if, like, you should get, if the damage is halved, right? You start out at lower damage. As the battle go on, maybe 10-15 seconds in the battle, you get a buff, another damage buff, another 15-20 seconds in the battle, you get another damage buff on top of that, because gradually, I mean, if you're in a long fight with the android, eventually you're going to get, the other race or whatever you're fighting going to get tired, and you're not. So eventually you are going to be stronger than them at some point in the fight. So I feel like they should get buffs as the fight go on. The longer the fight go on, the stronger they get. That's how I feel about that instead of the combo buffs. But the combo buffs are still a great idea if they don't go with the idea like how I said. You know, either one could work. That's just my opinion.
of the damage nerf and also just give androids a unique mechanic to really make them feel like they're their own class and race is absorption. Now, I already have them like kind of grabbing them at the end of combos, and that's kind of like a version of absorption, but that's more so just for the combo buffs. When it comes to actually absorbing energy attacks like Android 19, Super Android 17, I think we should make that naturally a part of Android's movesets. So like you don't have to put on Drain Field or anything like that.
Now that I totally agree too. Absorption shouldn't, like Drain Field and all that stuff, it shouldn't be for every race. That stuff should be specific to androids if they add this race, you know? Those type of things, because we don't see other characters use those, or other races use those type of moves.
We should just make that a part of their actual moveset. And the way we're going to do that is, well, okay, I gotta explain. In XENOVERSE 2, as you know, you can't charge up ki unless you put on an actual ki charge scale, which is really weird. I don't know why XENOVERSE thought that was a good idea, but after one of the recent updates, or it's not recent anymore, I think it was like 4 years ago by this point, but if you use the Ultra Instinct Awoken skill, you can charge ki naturally just by holding block and triangle. Now, kind of similar to this, back in XENOVERSE 1, if you wanted to transform, you had to waste an ultimate attack slot. Like, even though there's literally an empty space right there, they for some reason just put all the transformations on like the ultimate, or if you use Kaioken, it was a super attack, but they just didn't use the actual empty slot, which is probably just like a really big oversight. I feel like that's kind of the same thing with ki charge. Like in XENOVERSE 3, we should just be able to charge our ki by just holding block and pressing triangle.
And that right there, that's a true thing. Hold block, press triangle, it should be just like how it's built in Sparking. Should just be a built-in mechanic. We shouldn't have to have skills in order to charge.
So then it's like a universal mechanic, which makes it way easier. But I do still think we should have ki charge skills like Divinity Unleash, burst charge, ultimate charge, but like things like energy charge, full power charge, like those should just not exist in the game. Those are like just really weird. But again, androids don't really charge ki. That's not a thing they do. So I think that androids, one, should not be able to like naturally charge ki by just holding block and trying.
And I agree with that too. You shouldn't be able to naturally charge ki on the android.
And then they also should not have access to the ki charge abilities like burst charge and ultimate charge. But as kind of like an equivalent exchange type of thing, instead of charging their ki, they get the ability to just naturally absorb it, right? So let's say you hold guard and press triangle, you don't start charging, you just do the Drain Field pose so you can absorb ki. Now, Drain Field already needs to be buffed, and especially for androids, because this will be like their natural mechanic, make it to where they gain more ki whenever they absorb things, because there's a really big problem of Drain Field just like not giving you that much ki when you absorb like even ultimates. Like it's really weird. So first of all, just fix the ki recovery that you get from absorbing attacks, and then whenever you do get to absorb someone's super attack or their ultimate, it won't just boost the one of your damage types, it'll boost all of your damage types at the same time.
And I feel like, bro, it should give you absorbing. Okay, absorbing a super attack. Okay, say if the super attack it will only cost 100 ki. That's what it should give me, 1 bar ki. If I absorb an ultimate attack, the ultimate attack costs what, 4 to activate it. It should give me 4 bars of ki. That's just how I feel about that.
I feel like that's a really fun mechanic because it encourages you to use your Drain Field mechanic because it's a fast way to boost all of your damage. And this is going to be really good for PvP, but I think this is going to really shine in raid battles. Because raid bosses use moves like Marbling Drop, Peeler Storm, you're going to pretty much be able to constantly absorb their attacks, get more ki, and get a huge damage buff. Now, of course, ultimate attacks like, you know, Gigantic Ki Blast and any other ultimates they give to bosses in XENOVERSE 3, you know, you shouldn't be able to absorb those. That would be a little bit too game breaking. But when it comes to super attacks and basics like Marbling Drop, Peeler Storm, I mean, absorbing those, that will literally change how androids fight against raid bosses. It's gonna be crazy. Now that was pretty much just the basic abilities that androids should have. But after that, I want to talk about the actual cosmetic. What can they do for awoken skills? Now, I'm going to say this. I'm going to make a separate video going really in depth about what forms we can get for androids and like how they can function, buffs and all that other stuff, gameplay changes they could give you. But for this video, I'm just going to name the potential forms I think that we could get, alright? Nothing too in depth, just kind of naming them. Super Android 13 form.
Most definitely
I would love if we could get this form. Though I will say, instead of our characters having to get blue skin and the exact same haircut, I made an argument in one of my previous videos about Freezer Race and how a Freezer Race transformation could work, where we could kind of customize it similar to how we can customize our partners. Let us customize our Super Android 13 form. Maybe we want to have red skin. Maybe we want to have white hair. And again, the hair should not be the exact same as Android 13's. It should just be the Super Saiyan hair equivalent for whatever hair type we have.
Yeah,
and
like
yes, Xenoverse 3 better spike up our hair.
Like, well, for Saiyans,
I would
their
also
hair should
really
change.
love if Xenoverse 3 gave us a Majin 21 form for androids. You know, we get the
I'm also sure
tail,
about this.
the
I definitely agree
Majin
with
skin, the
this.
different hair color, the Majin eyes. That would be really cool. I
would
could
be
even
nice.
see them giving us like a candy bean grab, just like how Android 21 has a candy bean grab. And the form should also give us access to any Majin move. So if we have a Majin move, maybe we can't use it in base form, but after we go into the Majin form, then we should be able to use the move, like Explosive Boo Boo Punch, Boo Boo Ball, all that. Okay, and this is a big one because a lot of people want bio androids to just be their own race or like a subsect of android.
And before he get into that, I don't think bio androids should be their own race, and that's just my opinion. I think it should be like a transformation because I don't just necessarily see them put both in there, because especially if we added androids, they're just gonna explore the android option. But I guess it could be like how I got the idea of doing a demon race and then having subcategories inside the demon race, where you click demon and then you have Namekians, Majins, Glens, and you know, and things of that nature. Because I feel like they should kind of like be grouped, like with a main race and then the subcategory of races. But that's just my opinion. We're gonna hop back into this.
It's like a natural race. I really don't see Xenoverse 2 or Xenoverse 3 doing that, because that would be like a whole new skeleton. They would have to animate and all that stuff. I don't see them doing that. But I would love a bio android transformation for androids. Imagine you can go into a first form.
All right, y'all. See, like I was saying, I just went over some of it, like just to go back briefly over it. With the passive, I think that you should gain just a buff every like 15 or 20 seconds. The longer the battle go on, the stronger you become. Just to like with the key auto recovery and the stamina recovery, of course they should recover key and stamina faster than other races by a certain percentage, and you get a buff the longer the fight goes on. And to go over the energy drain moves should definitely be strictly to the android race. No other race should be able to do that. And then with the transformations, I definitely agree with the Super 13? Yeah, Super 13 move. Transformation. I did a short on the Majin transforming like Android 21. That would be pretty cool. And a bio android transformation, that would be great too. But like, shout out to Rhyme Hatchery for the video. That definitely was a great video. I'm gonna throw his channel up on the screen one more time. Y'all go subscribe to him. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.